Get out of the way, I said, just in case somebody else comes down here, I said the same thing happened.
I call the order council meeting for January 10th. Can I rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll do the roll call. Looks like everybody's here. And then it's time for the oath of office. Marcy's going to do that.
You're going to stand and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Greg Johnson, do solemnly swear
I, Greg Johnson, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
and that I will discharge faithfully the duties
that I will discharge faithfully the duties
of the office of mayor
of the office of mayor,
in the county of Renville,
County of Renville,
State of Minnesota,
State of Minnesota,
to the best of my judgment and ability.
to the best of my judgment and ability.
You are mayor. Well, you want to take the oath now? If you want to raise your right hand.
My glasses. Let's see here.
Okay, all right. I always give that just in case. I, Ralph Fairchild, do solemnly swear
I, Ralph Fairchild, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
and the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
and that I will discharge faithfully the duties of the office of City Council
and that I will discharge faithfully the duties of office of City Council
in the county of Renville,
in the County of Renville,
the State of Minnesota,
the State of Minnesota,
to the best of my judgment and ability.
to the best of my judgment and ability.
Thank you, Councilman Fairchild. And raise your right hand. I, Rick Tim, do solemnly swear
I, Rick Kim, solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
and that I will discharge faithfully the duties of the office of City Council
and I will discharge faithfully the duties of the office of the City Council
in the county of Grenville,
in the County of Renville,
State of Minnesota,
State of Minnesota,
to the best of my judgment and ability.
to the best of my judgment and ability.
Thank you, Councilman.
Thank you.
We'll move on to approval of the agenda. Are there any additions or corrections? If not, we'll move on to the consent agenda.
Need a motion.
Oh, I need a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second it.
Jenny made the motion and Josh seconded it. Okay, then we'll move on to the consent agenda. Oh, all in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Okay, all opposed say no. Okay, now we'll move on to the consent agenda. Is there any questions or concerns about the consent agenda? Okay. Can we get a motion for approval of the consent agenda?
So move.
I'll second.
Josh made the motion and Rick Tim seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, then now we're on the resolution 2017-02, and that's for council appointments. We got an open spot in the Economic Development Authority. Is there anybody with any interest in that spot?
Is that a council position or is that just an at-large position?
There has to be one council person on the EDA.
Nobody's interested, I will take that position.
I can make a motion otherwise. Yeah.
I'll make it work. Okay, then now the library board, looks like Rosemary Meyer was the new member of the unfilled position there. Leanne Frank redid her Housing and Redevelopment Authority position, so that one's good. Fire department, everything's the same as last year on that one. Utilities, Jenny and Josh are on there as of now. Streets and sidewalks, Josh is on there. Would there anybody be interested in joining Josh on that committee?
I will.
And Josh, you still want to stay on that committee?
Yeah, that's fine.
Then we're on to the parks. There's 2 open spots there. Anybody be interested in the parks committee?
Sure.
Ralph? And anybody else? And I'll take the other spot on the parks. Then it's on the city buildings and liquor store. There's 2 positions open there. Is there anybody interested in those positions?
I will. I'll take one.
And if nobody else is interested, I'll take the other one.
How often does that one meet?
Once a month.
Once a month. I could probably do that if you don't want to.
But I guess if you want, I can switch with you on one of the other ones too, if nothing else, so you don't have 2 members on.
Sure.
So,
Rick and Josh on the city buildings and liquor store. And then which one would you rather be on the top?
Doesn't make a difference.
I'll be with Jenny on the utilities then.
Okay.
Unless there's anybody else interested in that position.
It's riveting. It's real interesting.
I'm sure.
I think we met twice last year.
Now we got on to the acting mayor. Is there anybody interested in being the acting mayor if I would ever be assassinated or incapable of performing my duties?
What are the odds of that?
Well, if I would not be around to fulfill my duties, is there anybody interested in that?
I could do that.
Jenny will be the acting mayor.
Unless anybody else has a burning desire, I'm okay not doing it.
And then we're on to the weed inspector. We have 1 position there. Is there anybody interested in being the weed inspector?
What does a weed inspector do?
Essentially go around and inspect for weeds and not
Noxious weeds.
noxious weeds if they're like 10 feet tall or whatever in people's
or
yards.
tall lawns.
Yeah, anything over.
Send out a notice to somebody for weeds, tall weeds, or tall lawns.
If there's no interest in that, I will take that position then. All right.
I mean, I can do any of these that you don't want to, right? I just know what they are.
Well, you pretty much go around every once in a while and just check to make sure that everything's neat and upkept on the yards and stuff.
Probably needs to be somebody with a really neat yard.
Yeah, better not be me then.
All right, well then, Greg will be the weed inspector. We have 2 positions open on the law enforcement committee. Is there anybody interested in those positions?
They meet once a month
I mean, it can change to
to less or more.
less. I don't want more.
Okay, good. I could do that if nobody else wants to.
Would you like somebody else on that too, or do you want to do that, Greg? Or?
I guess that's if you want to do it, Ralph.
I just don't want to not take enough work. You know, I want to do my share. Tell me where you want me, and I'll do it.
Are we putting Ralph there?
It sounded that way.
Okay, Ralph and Jenny.
And then personnel committee, Josh Bunkers, Jenny Hazeltine. Is that still okay with both of you?
Yeah.
Unless you want to be on it.
You can have it.
Okay, thanks.
And RS Fiber, Jenny.
Yeah,
still-
I'll take
yep.
that.
And then the other ones are really unchanged. Did you get all that, Marcia?
Yep. I just need a motion to
Yep.
adopt that resolution.
Motion to adopt the resolution 2017-2, council appointments.
So moved.
Second.
Jenny made the motion, Josh seconded it. All in favor, say aye.
Right.
Aye.
We're on to the first reading of ordinance 124. Create solar energy regulations for the city of Fairfax. It's included in the packet here. Everybody just after that.
Is this based on those ones that you received from everybody?
Combination
Yeah.
of Winthrop and Wyndham.
Yeah. It's pretty
I mean,
standard.
if there's anything that you want change or anything, now would be the time to do it so that we, at the second reading, we have the changes to present.
Are there people who are interested in putting up solar panels?
Yeah, professional basis. That's the only one I know of right now.
Huh? Just that's the motion.
Motion to approve the first reading of ordinance 124.
So move.
Josh makes the motion,
Second?
Jenny seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're on to the Personnel Committee that met here January 4th. Just put a few items that were addressed at that meeting. Yeah, that's
Mr. Mayor?
since you were there, man.
Yeah. We met with all the staff in a meeting of the Personnel Committee and staff. There were some, I don't know if they were objections, but some employees who weren't real happy with the step plus cost of living. So we looked at, Marcia put together what the area towns are paid, what kind of step programs other people have, and we discussed with the staff, not necessarily just wages. Do they have enough people to do the work? Do they have enough people to get the jobs done that they're doing? I think we came away with a compromise. We agreed to extend the step plan out to 20 steps instead of 10 because there are some employees who are close to the step 10 and there are some employees who are over the step 10 who will not be getting that step raise, plus the cost of living. The utility employees feel that because of the significant amount of training that they have to do, it's hard to compare them to some of the other towns around here because they have gas, electric, water and sewer, pool and chemicals that they all have to train for. And we stick a significant amount of dollars into our employees, into our utility employees. So we decided for them, we're going to discuss a new job description for them and see what kind of points are assigned to that and where they would fall into a new step schedule. We discussed with Caitlin. We decided to give her $1 an hour plus her step because she right now does the job of an assistant manager and a manager. When she started, she was the assistant manager, and now she does both jobs herself. Denny has taken on the additional duties of training new part-time officers and any of the officers. So we decided to give him $1 an hour when he's training new officers for the police department. We also had a pretty good discussion with Chief Freilich and Denny about how much time they're putting in and if they have enough staff. They brought to us some concerns that they have with backup from Renville County, which they're not getting. The amount of work that they're doing, they're not able to take off the time off that they need to take off. And their concern wasn't necessarily what they were getting paid, is how much work, extra work is needing to be done because of all the extra crime and mostly it's drugs that they're going after in town. So we would like to discuss for the 2018 budget, looking into hiring a third full-time officer. And then we need to advertise for a utility maintenance person because these guys have been working short staff for over a year now. So those are our recommendations.
Yep.
So, if you have any questions?
What's the utility position? What's that? Is that you need a lineman, or what do you need? You need somebody who can do that end of it, or?
We don't need a lineman, but like Marcia talked about, we advertise it's maybe special interest for someone that is a lineman or
Water,
has-
wastewater.
has
They'll have
some
to
of
be
the
trained
training.
and licensed.
You forgot some of the training that's required if they already have some.
Mhm.
I mean, some or all of it.
'Cause we base it on a point system, so they'll get points for certifications and stuff. But the idea was to advertise for utility street maintenance person with special attention towards certification on water, wastewater, and lineman positions, or certifications. And I can't use it.
Are they kind of hard to find, linemen?
Yes, they can be.
They don't want to work for cities. They get paid much better other places.
Yeah.
It's going to have to be somebody who wants to live in town and work from 8 to 5 and, you know.
Somebody who doesn't want to travel anymore, or, you know, looking for a change.
Are there any other questions or concerns about the personnel committee recommendations? Motion to approve the recommendations? Rick?
Yep.
Motions?
Yep.
I'll second.
Jenny seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We'll move on to the staff reports.
Get building permits for December was the commercial remodel of the Schweiss building at $51,000 value, and Eric Green's, I'm not really sure how you say that, window replacement, $1,500. The next thing is Fort Ridgey Golf Course legislation. I got a couple of emails today from Representative Miller stating that there's a lot of interest, a lot of legislators behind the City of Fairfax operating the Fort Ridgey Golf Course. So it looks real positive right now. And there is going to be a meeting January 19th at 7 o'clock at the Community Center for Representative Tim Miller to announce his legislation. And it's kind of a rallying thing and a pledge thing and everything rolled into one. But the City Council should also think about if once legislation is passed that we appoint a board like you do for EDA, economic development, that the golf course should have some direction from people that know the golf course management.
So some of the Friends of Fort Ridgely, would they be willing, and then a council person, or?
Yeah, we'll need a council person on there, and I would think that a CPA that have been doing the business plan, and then there's a couple other ones that have managed.
And they're willing to be on the board?
Well, they haven't been asked, but they're just kind of, no one's really saying they want to be on it. But
Okay.
I think first we get the legislation passed, and then ask them if they would consider appointment to that board, because there's going to have to be somebody that knows what should be done as far as operating the golf course. Somebody with experience doing it, and there are several of them that would be very good.
Okay, good.
And then board review or open book for, that's that training for, or otherwise you allow the county to take care of any requests to have the value of their property revalued. I mean, the city council has always been doing it, but you can let the county do it. And the county is assessing now too, so it might.
What's the advantage to having the city do it, I guess? The county does ours, and that's, you know, one less meeting, and, you know, we have the same amount of attendance over at the county as we did at City Hall.
Yeah, so it's usually just a handful that come in and ask. And now that the county is assessing, you know, contracted to do the assessing, so they know the properties. It's not like it used to be where, you know, we had a city assessor and he took care of all the assessing, and then they just came in for the board review. So the complexion has changed a little bit as far as, you know, the county doing it. I don't think it would be.
I guess I wouldn't have.
It probably would be better, because then
So,
the city council's removed from it.
Right.
so there's no true benefit then for the member to have that?
It's all in how you look at it.
Yeah.
Whether you want to take care of it when a citizen comes in and complains.
Well, when they come in though, because I've been to these meetings, the assessor's here, and they don't talk to us anyway. They talk to the assessor.
And then you have to approve it.
And we just approve it. I mean, we just rubber stamp pretty much what the assessor did anyway, so what,
pretty much an extra step that isn't maybe
Right,
necessary.
right. If they can take care of that all at the county anyway, you know.
Does it cost any more to do it through the county? Is there, no?
Well, we contract with the county to do the assessing.
Mhm.
It won't cost any more to have them come to this meeting, no.
Okay.
It just depends on if you want to delegate that portion of it.
So you've done it both ways?
Yeah.
Sure.
Winthrop does it at the county, and then I've been at the open book meetings here at Fairfax.
Oh, okay.
So I've seen both sides of it, and I guess we would sit here while everybody would talk to the assessor, and then when the meeting was over, we would just approve what they recommended, and that was it. We didn't really get involved in the discussion, so.
Because they usually do comparables. They find another home that's, you know, basically the same square footage, same year built and all that, and then they decide if it's valued too high, or the assessor will say, we really can't see it, we're gonna make an appointment with you and come out and take a look. They'll come and assess, look at it again, and reassess it.
Yeah.
So it is in kind of the county's hands anyway, but it's a matter of,
It's just
More
more
staff,
convenient
yeah.
for people to come here than go to Olivia.
But it's not in high demand, you're saying, for, I mean, you said there's only a handful maybe of people that come
Maybe.
here anyways?
yeah.
So maybe it'd be,
Yeah,
so maybe it'd be best just let the county take care of it because,
I would definitely be in favor of that. I will make a motion to have the county take over.
Well, you know, I think we have to have a public hearing on it
Okay,
before we do that. I mean, we can say we're gonna do it, but
okay. We can have it at the next council meeting.
yeah, at the next council meeting, we'll have a public hearing saying that you're gonna go to open book.
Okay.
There's a couple of steps. I think it's public hearing and then resolution. I know it's public hearing and a
Okay.
resolution.
Well, whatever you need to do.
Yeah. So at the next meeting, I suppose we should have a motion to have a public hearing at the next meeting.
I will make a motion to have a public hearing at the next council meeting.
I'll second it.
Jenny made the motion and Rick seconded, all in favor?
Aye. Public hearing. I said meeting, didn't I?
Yeah.
Public hearing.
Public hearing.
I'm sorry.
Same.
Same
Potato,
thing.
potato.
Any questions on financial statements at all? New council?
Nothing I want to go through here. I just have some questions on what some things are, but I can just
Okay.
ask you about those, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
And then you did not get an electric fund financial statement because I haven't gotten the power bills from CMPA yet. And it's hard to have a correct financial statement without those. So if you have any questions, don't be afraid to come into the office or give me a call. I'll answer whatever I can.
On to the superintendent of streets and utilities report.
Not much. We've just been doing some maintenance on the buildings and
Moving snow?
doing some maintenance on the vehicles and getting them all fixed up and ready to go for the next time, so.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. You're right.
That I have.
That's all I have, sorry.
Liquor store manager report.
I'm the same as Joel. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't as good of a December as what we probably had last year. It was a little bit slower. We're still really short-staffed. I'll be telling you that for the next year.
I've heard it for the last 2
Get prepared.
weeks.
You're going to hear that every month. We're really short-staffed. Getting back on track really well now with the kitchen. They're getting a little bit more adjusted to that. It's going a lot smoother. So hopefully this year we'll be able to do some more fun stuff with that and take advantage of it. So that's all I got.
Scott's report is attached to the minutes here.
I think they were in training today.
Yeah, I think that's, it just pretty much summarized what their itemized, what they responded to, they made calls for this month. Total 194 for the month of December. Ended the year 2016 with 1,652 incident complaint reports compared with 1,297 in 2015 and 1,039 in 2014. 361 in 2013, or sorry, 761, 768 in 2012. That's summarized his report there. And the personnel committee reports, I think we just
Yeah, we did that already.
we have to do anything with that one. February 7th, 7 p.m., there's a Rural Fire Association annual meeting at the Fairfax Fire Hall. Just so we know.
We were supposed to go out there.
And are there,
You can come if you want. It's, she's usually always there. Marcia always
Mark is there?
comes. but
Okay.
You sometimes. You guys are more than welcome to come if you like.
and then on to any other items that we think we need formal action to be put on the next month's agenda? Any other concerns or questions? Not, motion to adjourn the meeting?
So move.
Second.
Jenny made the motion, Josh seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye. Short, like the lowest meeting.
It was like a lowest meeting. I love it.
Is that a record? 26 minutes.
It's got to be close.